Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Anna Vanila Arts. I'm Anna Vanila and this is a channel where I share everything that I've got, everything that I've learned over the years with you. So I share it with you. I show you my collection of stitches in crochet and in knitting, and I hope my tutorials are easy for you. I'm trying to explain as easy as possible so that everyone can understand. And this stitch for today, it's actually very easy to do, and it's good for beginners. It's easy, it's quick to do. It doesn't require a lot of concentration. It's just simple and easy. You could do anything with it, from a vest to hats to bandana, maybe even headband, anything you like really. So my needles are size number 5. I knit with acrylic yarn. I've got 18 stitches, 18 loops, and this pattern consists out of 2 rows, but because we use a check formation, a chess formation, we need to do 4 rows. So we need to change the 3rd row, the position of a 3rd row, to make sure it's a chess formation the way this pattern goes. But generally it's all in all is just 2 rows, and it's simple, easy, quick to do. This pattern is free, so feel welcome to learn and be able to do something special with it. So let's begin this pattern. When you start this pattern, you shall start with a classic cast on method. Sorry, it was my postman. So let's continue. So the 1st row, after you cast on the way you like it, the way you know how to do it, the 1st row and the 2nd row, I would advise you to do front stitches on the front, and the 2nd row on the wrong side to do again front stitches. So you do front stitches on the right and on the wrong side, so that the edge doesn't curve, doesn't misshapen. And as you can see, because I've done front stitches on both sides, it is nicely integrated in this stitch. As you can see, you barely can tell where's the beginning of the row. So let's begin. The 1st loop we do not need. Like always, we do not need the 1st loop. We take the right needle, we see 2 loops. So 1, 2 front loops. And what we need to do is to take this right needle and we put in between, we go in between these 2 loops, and you grab the yarn from behind, push to the front, you hold it with a finger so it's comfortable, and then these 2 loops, you knit them together like this, and then you release. So right needle goes in between the 2 loops, we hold this new loop, and then we penetrate these 2 loops again, and we release. So we make out of 2 loops, we make another 2 loops, new loops. So we knit them like so. We grab from behind in between the 2 stitches, and then we grab the yarn and we knit these 2 stitches together, and only then we release. So we make 2 stitches out of 2 stitches. So 1, 2 in the middle, in between, and then we knit these 2 loops together, and then we release. So 1, 2, 1, 2. It's easy enough for beginner to do this pattern. It's not complicated. So this is the first row. Then the last loop we always knit it with a purl stitch, like so. Turn the work to the wrong side, and we do not knit the first loop. So now we need to knit all the loops with purl stitches. So every single loop in this second row we knit it with a purl stitch. Everything with a purl stitch. I told you it's very simple. It's not difficult to do this pattern, this stitch. So everything is a purl stitch, like so. This is the wrong side of the stitch. Now this is the third row. As you remember, I told you that third row we will have to do a chest formation. So we need to change it with 1 loop. So what you need to do is to not knit the first loop as usual, and then what we do is we knit 1 front stitch. So we do 1 knit stitch, 1 front stitch, release, and only then we go in between the 2 loops and we repeat again the stitches we've made in the first row. So as you remember, we started the first row after the first loop is not knitted. We started with doing in between the 2 front stitches, like this, front stitches. But this row, third row, we knit 1 stitch, and then we take the right needle and we go in between the 2 loops. We pick up the yarn from behind, and then these 2 loops we knit them together. So we make 2 loops out of 2 loops and we release them after that. So again, with the right needle in between the 2 loops, we hold it, and then these 2 loops we knit them together. So we grab from behind and then we release. And the semi-last loop we also knit it with a front stitch because we started with a front stitch. So this is the last loop before the end loop, so we knit it with a front stitch as we started with the front stitch in the beginning. So we need to balance this pattern, and the last loop we knit it with a purl stitch. So now what we need to do is again repeat the same thing with knitting all of the loops with purl stitches, like we've made in the second row. So everything is purl stitches in this row. The last one is a purl stitch, and then we repeat again. So the first row we start straight away, so we don't knit the first loop. We straight away choose to take the 2 loops, we penetrate in between them, grab the yarn from behind, we rotate it slightly so it's getting comfortable to knit these 2 loops together, and then we hold it with a finger and release, and we knit this stitch again and again. It's a very beautiful stitch, it's easy to memorize, easy to knit. You can do anything you like with this stitch. Really, it's no limit to your imagination what you could do with this pattern, with this stitch. And you repeat everything from first row to the 4th row, and see how pretty is this, how wonderful, how airy it is. It is slightly open work, as you can see, but it's gentle, it's nice, it's amazing. Even for summer times, crop tops would be nice with this pattern. It's so breathable and so stunning. I just love this pattern so much. I hope you love it as much as I do. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, thank you for liking my videos, and see you soon in my next videos. I'm Anna Vanila, and see you soon. Good luck in your projects, good luck in knitting and crocheting, and see you soon in my next video. Stay tuned. Bye.